And the lineup for South Africa, led by their captain, jersey number 4, Lowen Kinsey. Goalkeeper, jersey number 1, Duduzo Msane. Jersey number 2, Kanyisani Kela. Jersey number 6, Sebo Mkise. Jersey number 8, Nomu Kumete. The substitute, jersey number 3, Pepe Lopele. Jersey number 5, Tutugo Muto. Jersey number 7, Sizo Kize. Jersey number 11, Abogi Lekuda. Jersey number 12, Kwasi Pengu. Last but not least, jersey number 20, Enes Mashaba. The coach is none other than Fanny Shange from South Africa. Our officials for this match. Referee number 1 will be Sayi Nasur Hakim from Madagascar. Referee number 2, Ratish Hall from Mauritius. Referee number 3, Angelo Almeida Pena from Mozambique. Reserve referee Talaraza Nasade Moldi from South Africa, are you ready? Are you ready, South Africa? We need to run it beyond Bafana because we need this win to qualify. Very well done, really, yeah. Oh, no, no. Well, there. I'm seeing what we have got now. You win your game, you qualify. I never know the Sama favor. Mas o Dom Minhas, filha. Minhão. Minhão. Para poder ver se ele joga ele Dom Minha mais. Aí cada um tem que capa. Lá uma pouco wireless. Lá o cor wireless. Ale Minha lá. Morocco needs a win to join Mozambique in the knockout.
As a near close of business, there's still some business to attend to on match day 3 of the Koosafa Beach Soccer Championships. Who will close off the day with a profitable result? Who will join Southeastern hopefuls Malawi in the semis to come from Group A, in particular host South Africa? Well, they got their campaign back on track where they come from behind. 3-2 victory over the Seychelles. Stephen LaJoy and Magic Baptiste on target for the 2025 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup host, but South Africa rallied via a contender for goal of the tournament from Ntutuko Mbuto and strikes via Siyabonga Mkhize as well as Abongilo Guta. Now, tournament debutants Saudi Arabia, the first non-African team to compete at a Koosafa event, finished off the day with a thumping 5-1 win over Malawi. The biggest at the time was the biggest victory of the day. And, well, the game also supplied us with the first hat-trick of the competition, scored by Ramzi Dakman. Well, Dakman's work ensured that Saudi Arabia topped Group A. As things stand right now, it is, well, Malawi that have qualified out the group after their win against the Seychelles 7-2. That sees them now on what would be 6 points, with the Seychelles well and truly out of the competition and out of the running. Saudi Arabia and South Africa into the spotlight and into the arena. One of these two sides will join Malawi into the last four. Bafana playing in front of their own home fans will love to do it in true Bafana South African style. Dance to their own tunes. They are the kings of Mapiano across the world. They need to beat the drum and ensure everybody moves in unison. Squad goals, it's called. They need to score goals. Speaking of goals, interestingly, we stand on 68 overall in the tournament. 21 goals have been scored on match day 3. That is the most since we've started the competition. That is in fact 7 shy of the 2021 record of 75, but that was after 10 matches or so in that one. I don't think we'll get anywhere close to the 155 of 2022 after 16 matches. But nonetheless, it is Fani Shange's side to take on Gustavo Silva, the Brazilian, who's carrying the hopes of a Saudi nation, Middle Eastern participation that we're looking to inspire the Middle Eastern nation. The next batch of beach soccer would be stars. Change of kit for the Saudis on the left of your screen. Well, Bafana back to their traditional green and gold shorts, led out by long-time serving captain Lowell Kinsley, a 36-year-old DB at sea defender. He's played pretty much every single minute of this year's tournament, and we'll be hoping to ensure that his participation and his team as well doesn't end there. We head down to pitch side for the respective national anthems of both countries. Africa. God bless Africa. Wow, will South Africa be the catalyst of their own blessings in front of their own home faithful? We'll be delving into the various starting players as well as match officials.
South Africa is winning.
As South Africa really need a win as much as Saudi Arabia if they are to continue. Match officials for match 11 of this tournament. It goes to Said Rasir Hachim of Madagascar. Ritesh Law returns again and is the second referee. Third assistant is Angelo Almeida Gunya of Mozambique. And third reserve assistant referee and Salazar
For both sides.
Malodai. For South Africa, interestingly enough, of those players you see on screen, there's only one goalkeeper. Mtutuzo Msane, fresh-faced and fresh haircut. Mtutuzo Msane, the 27-year-old lead South Africa. He's been one of their standout players. Lowell Kingsley, he gets more minutes as the team's skipper. Piwagotle Kumete is a star player and a crucial part of their attack. On the bench is Sizwe Mkhize. Abonge Lakuta, he scored that brilliant goal that kept South African hopes alive in this tournament and got them to this particular position. Anderson Mhlaba as well completes those on the bench. While for coach Gustavo Silva, his key man is Ramzi Dakman, sits on 4 goals, tied with 2 other players for Golden Boot Award. Ali Astafa is in between the sticks, the 29-year-old goalkeeper. Khalid Mudaya is another one to keep an eye out for as he joins teammate Mubarak Al-Dazari as well, the captain, 37-year-old who plays for Al Tamami. On the bench is Omar Karamash, the youngster, the youngest player, second youngest player alongside Naif Yakal from the bench, and probably will provide fresh vigor as well as a physical output from the bench. Walid Al-Yabi is another player to watch out for. So it's all to play for on match 11, match day 3 of the Koosafa Soccer Beach Championships. Gotta do it one more time or it will be the last time, the last dance for both of these sides, looking to join the likes of Malawi as well as Mozambique. Mozambique, they themselves running out handsome winners, 8-4 against Angola, the second match of the day, to ensure that they got a grasp of Group B. It will be down now to Morocco, who play Tanzania, who have nothing to play for in their last game of the day, to see if they can also add to the numbers in terms of the last 4 remaining sides. We saw a picture of Gustavo Silva, the Brazilian, who was called in to inspire this new batch of Saudi Arabian stars who have really punched above the weight in the Saudi Cup as well. But that's something different here, done in Southern Africa, done at South Beach in Durban. It's a whole different kettle of fish, and they'll be playing against a team that is desperate to perform in front of their Mensa, their people, their fans. It is the Saudis to get us underway from left to right in their chain strip of white and green, while the South Africans are in green with a touch of gold on their pants. They attack the goals from right to left. Up top already in position is Piwa Kumete, a 38-year-old, plays for Durban Beach Club. He puts pressure on the keeper already, who at least is a fierce shot. Ali Asafa, there he is. Guess he made a quick round to the barber there. Tutuzo Msane, spotting a Chiscop, clean shaven. And would like to make a clean break away from this group with Bafana Bafana. Oh, first heavy collisions, and the Saudis come up on trumps, and it is Saudi Arabia. Flag is up. No, in fact, it was a corner flag. And so the keeper is called into action. That was a good move there from Saudi Arabia. I think South Africa were caught with too many numbers on top, short at the back. As you take it in or pick it up from the corner, clipped, beautiful chest work, composed work from Mubarak Al-Dazari of Saudi Arabia, captain of 37 years of age, one of the eldest players in the competition, alongside the likes of Mike Balete of the Seychelles, and the likes of Martin Williams. On the bench, you will see Abongi Lokuta, Sizwe Mkhize, Tutuko Mbuto, been a real find as well for them. You say South Africa, when you read into the team that they selected, the team selection, one of the oldest squads here at the competition. With the likes of Malawi, with the younger team, they have made it to the semi-finals. So it's experience versus youth somewhat. Keep an eye out on Mubarak Adarsari as well as Ali Al-Mami. He's on the bench. He comes on and provides real change out of that Saudi Arabian bench. He was on target in that win against Malawi. Interesting, at the time, it was the biggest win of the competition. But Malawi, having been those on the end of that, have now dished out an embarrassing defeat to the Seychelles 7-2 earlier in the day. Soon to come on. Quasi Bengu. Bengu just waiting on the wings, the 26-year-old forward. Man who would know this particular area quite well. He plays for Durban Beach Club. 26-year-old forward. Talking of forward, that's exactly what Msani does. Holds it forward, but Kumete, they're too flimsy in his physical approach. Good win there. Was napping Kanyisani Shela. He's had an iffy tournament, up and down. Nice to see that the fans of Bafana Bafana have come out to watch their local heroes. We saw quite a bit of Mozambican fans out today. But they were outnumbered by Angolan fans. It was red during match 2, but they were left red-faced after an 8-4 defeat to see Mozambique book qualification into the last 4. Speaking of 4, picking it up for Saudi Arabia, Ahmed Al-Hamami. I mentioned him. Watch out for his impact. Takes a tumble right in front of the official to this near side. Msani hasn't scored in the tournament as yet. Maybe serves me correctly. I don't think a keeper has scored from open play. It's all been outfield players. That's what they're in the team for. Kinsley, very strong player. Oh, they're watching on. The very proud nation of Mozambique. Job done for them. It's Mudaya. He finds Msani. Quick release from Msani. Watch out for his releases with that almost underhand style of his. It's a characteristic of his goalkeeping style. Back with Khalid Mudaya. Plays for Alsemaya. Mudaya on the floor. Ball in the air. Missed. That was a very good move there from Saudi Arabia. They've started better than the South Africans, but we have seen this with the local side. Not the best of starters. I think they're good finishers. They resemble almost an 800-meter runner. It has that killer kick at the end around the bend. The last 60, last 70, last 40. You know the rest. Control by Al-Hamami. Makes the run. Al-Hamami heads it back into the dangerous area. Good block by Captain Kinsey. Read the danger so well there that Lowell Kinsey, 36 years young. Skipped by Shela. All he does is relinquish position and possession. Caught under the feet of Islam Sarraj. They are the masters of slowing down the game and garnering fouls. That will be a dynamic of the game when you play the Saudis, and there'll be something that Coach Fani Shange will tell them. Don't give away needless fouls. They will con you into giving away set pieces. Not much really in that. I mean, it's a contact sport, and Kinsey would be hard pressed not to at least make some sort of contact with his attacker, which Islam Sarraj exploited. Signing with a little smirk. Sarraj hasn't scored in the tournament as yet. Another one from the Al-Islamiyya collective. A number of players are from there. The likes of Khalid Mudaya, Karamash, Al-Yobi. But It is the 34-year-old forward, Saraj, against South Africa's hope. Itemba le South Africa, Tutuzo Msane. Saraj Msane. It's Msane who comes up top, does what he does best. And let's deny opposition teams. Comes out though. Almost made a mistake. Miscalculation from Ntutuzo Msane Ndu. On the attack is South Africa. Can he get the pass away to Mkiza, who was open? But unfortunately, Abongile Kuta just couldn't move it to the left-hand side. Chance meant by Middle Eastern side. Back with Saraj, back to goal. Leo with the power of Kinsey. Touches him up and the ball decides, or rather the team decides to go with the ball. Back to keeper Ali Al-Safar. Kuta. Yeah, that was the smallest of touches. Need to be stronger there, Al-Hamami. I mentioned that the Saudi Arabians are quite well versed in getting little fouls that possibly aren't even fouls. It's Kingsley. He will not take a step backwards, Kingsley. Built off stern stuff, Lowell. Plays for DBSC alongside Siabong Mkize, both currently on the pitch. 3 men in the line for the Saudis. Who's up top for them as the sun slightly breaks through. And just past 22-3 here. Oof, just wide. The best chances falling to Saraj and Cole. South Africa yet to really make an impact in this game. 2 subs about to come on. Al-Dasri, the captain. It's another incoming shot. Karamash is on as well. 21-year-old. Forward to Siabong Mkize. 4 minutes now remaining in this first quarter. Remember, semi-final berth on the line here for both these teams. On 3 points apiece. The bottom of the screen, the Saudi subs primed and ready to come on. Primed to pounce was Abongile Kuta from that pass. They come back again, it's Kuta against Al-Safar. It's the Saudi keeper that comes tops. Cheered every time they break the lines of Saudi Arabia.
We're on the 10th match of the day. South Africa, the host nation, against Saudi Arabia. First period just under 4 minutes. Still a nil-nil stalemate.
Of course, sides as well really will be keen to sharpen up their squads as well as their tactics. You just come on that man. Ntutugo Mbuto. He's got a spectacular goal. Oh, that's a great save. Low to his right for Msane. Yeah, prior to the 2025 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup next year, there will be the 2024 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations to be staged in Egypt later this year. Really bringing to the fore, into the spotlight, out from the shadows and into the spotlight, beach soccer around the continent. And referee Saeed Hashim awards a free kick in favor of Saudi Arabia. Msani, a picture of concentration. We saw Saraj fail from a similar position. Can Captain Mubarak Adusari get some change out of Msani? Just over 2.5 minutes remaining. It's Mubarak Adusari. Oh, he scores! Msani spread himself fully, but couldn't get them. And it is a goal for Mubarak Adusari. The Saudis are up and running. Key goal that. He scored their 7th of the tournament, courtesy of the captain. His 2nd. Saudi's first, barely a smile from Gustavo Silva. Yeah, South Africans, if you look at their tournament in total, the first periods, they are probably the worst of all the teams that we've seen, conceded in every game that they've played in the first period, and then have to come back in the second, or even leave it as late as the third. They cannot buck that trend, it seems. And something Fanim Shange and his side will have to work on. It's a real Achilles heel for them. Good play. Can he get the pass away? Karamash was interested. Back to Ali Al-Safa. Khalid Mudaya almost gets dispossessed by Abonge Lekuta. And Karamash acrobatically tries to keep that in. Msani. South African fans need to inspire their home side here. You can hear a bit of singing ever so faintly coming out from the terraces, but I think a goal will see the imaginary roof blown off of the South Beach Arena. He's trying to hit that shot close to the roof from Msani. Omar Karamash straight into Kanyisani Hlela. By the way, that was the 22nd goal of the day. Getting closer to that 75 mark. Now 6 short of 75 scored in total in the championship of 2021. It's the 4th edition in this particular tournament. And some of the South African backroom staff watching on. Off with the bib for Salam Al-Rashdi, 27-year-old forward for Aliwa. The only player who plays for that particular team out in Saudi, the only representative, Salman Al-Rashdi. Gustavo Silva calls up as well Ahmed Al-Mami. So Al-Rashdi and Al-Mami. That's wasteful there. Into the last 47 seconds. And so the goal scorer makes his way off the sand. Well, here's a 3 versus 1. It's the keeper under trouble, and South Africa under the cosh. Guess who? If not Ramzi Dagman. 5th goal of the tournament for Ramzi Dagman. He is dangerous. I think that was his first real chance. I mentioned that the South Africans throwing too many numbers up top. Look at Kingsley saying, who do I mark? Where's my support? Wow. You look around and find that they got it wrong and Saudi got it right. It's 2 for the tournament newbies and 0 for the tournament hosts. They have to do it all over again the same way they did against the Seychelles. Right now 3-2 victors after trailing for 2 periods. It's going to turn to 3. Oh, Dagman almost scored his 6th. And Sani does well. I don't think Al-Safa, the keeper of Saudi Arabia, has been called into a shot. Oh, that should have been a goal from Siabong Mkhize. He's got a knack for running into those spaces and seeing a chance to attack. And the buzzer goes. It goes from Captain Haraj. In fact, Captain Adusri as well as Dangerman Ramzi Dagman. I see the Saudis comfortable 2-0 in that opening quarter. South Africa nowhere near it. They'll now have to turn it around in the second and possibly third period. But it's only 2 goals. I mean, we've seen 7-2, 8-4 the score lines today. So their teams have been foot to the pedal for today in terms of in front of goal. Not the South Africans are still in neutral. It's 2-0 at the halftime break. And we're about to resume the second period of this encounter with Saudi Arabia in the pound seats. With goals from Captain Mubarak Al-Dasuri, as well as Ramzi Dakman, the tournament top goal scorer. As all eyes on what South Africa now can come up with. Otherwise, they're getting knocked out of the tournament if they can't find, well, 2 goals at least to get them level in this encounter. Maybe a third to put them in the lead to start us off. It is Kumete. People Gutle Kumete alongside talisman Siabonga Mkhize. Look for something inventive on the right hand side, but all Kanyisani Hlelaken manages to pick out a defender, a Saudi Arabian defender. And then Saudi on the counter. Karamash's touch was slightly behind him. Looks to salvage the situation, but the young 21-year-old, I think, should have taken that first time around rather than to bring it under his belt and then release a shot. And so starting for South Africa, it is Siabonga Mkhize, Piwa Gutle Kumete, and Tutuzum San is still in between the sticks. Now picked up by Ramzi Dakman. Casual is Ramzi Dakman. Feisty player as well. He strikes me as one of those guys, you know, the star players in teams. Oh, and a goal from South Africa. Much needed out of nothing. Pelelo Tele. Durban Beach Club forward gets the goal for South Africa to cut the deficit to just 1. That was Pepelo, in fact. Tele. He gets the goal that is necessary. South Africa, by the way, that was their 6th goal of the tournament. Look at that. Ramzi Dakman, I'd mentioned he was a bit nonchalant, a bit too relaxed. Guess what? Bamba Minkuns. Pelelo Tele pickpockets him and moves on. Dakman, he was culpable for that goal. Dilly-dallying on the ball. That's Karamash. South Africa culpable as well of similar transgression through Kanyisani Hlela. Karamash has 2 for company. Msani comes out, punches. The officials say here it was being a foul there. Brings it to 23 goals for the day. Referee not happy about something. There's Angelo Guia from Msani's right foot. Bit hit and hope there. The Saudis still continuing with Ali Al-Safar so far. And between the sticks for them. By the way, South Africa, one of the few teams without a second keeper. It did so in match 1, match 2, and are doing so in match 3 as well. The only goal minder they have in their midst is Ntutuzo Msani. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, the teams always delve into their benches and include the second keeper as part of their plan throughout the 3 quarters. That's a handball. It's against Salman Al-Rashdi. And as Ernest Mahlaba, the 32-year-old Pezulu FC player, as well as Pepele Lacele, who plays from the left-hand side now. Siyabonga Mkhize near the ball. Captain Lowell Kinsley Mkhize and Kinsley seem to play the majority of the minutes for South Africa. Anyway, in this tournament, 2 players that Coach Shanga cannot do without. And this is why. Siyabonga Mkhize almost finding his second from distance. Mudaya, Khalid Mudaya. Ooh, missed by all and sundry. Just comes off the post. Don't know how much of it Mtutuzo Msane saw. Back again now with Ahmed Almami playing from the left. He did play the first half from the right. Yes, Almami! Corner, good save, low to his right, Msane. Well, that one taken quickly as well. Approaching it was Mkhize, and just on his shoulder was Omar Karamesh. Oh, there should be a chance here for South Africa. Kuta though, just a few inches away. As Ali Al-Safar smothers that. Not much in this game.
Currently Saudi Arabia 2, KooraFlash-SA 1 on the second period. Just under 9 minutes.
Oh, blocked. Remove again. And South Africa starting the tournament off with, on a losing note. 4-2 loss against Malawi. The Saudi Arabians were humbled by from the Seychelles 3-1. The turn of Monday saw South Africa come back 3-2 against Seychelles in the second period in particular. Well, the Saudis far too good against Malawi, 5-1. Takman hat-trick inspiring them to the first 3 points of the competition. And this is where they find themselves now. One of these sides can progress to the semi-finals and join Malawi. Malawi almost slightly end up as the group winners by virtue of a better goal difference because the amount of goals that they scored against the Seychelles 7-2. Sonny misses that, but lucky for him. Siyabonga Mkhize was alert. And Khalid Mudaya picks it up, and nice play by Naif Kayao. 20-year-old Mudaya. Ooh. Didn't know too much about that. Did Mubarak Al-Dasari, the captain, did fling out a little foot that could have easily went in. Guta scored from this angle to get South Africa back into the game against the Seychelles. Couldn't repeat the feat. I think arguably still the game of the tournament, the goal of the tournament for me, given the circumstance and the quality of execution. Kingsley, too aggressive. Says why, ref? Ref will explain to him. A Portuguese, I'm sure, coming from Mozambique. And I don't know how good Kingsley's Portuguese is. This will be taken by Ramsey Duckman. If he bangs this in, he'll be well and truly clear of everybody. So he's 6th. Give you an idea of the 8 goals that Saudi Arabia have scored. He scored 5 of them. Here's Duckman. Goes low and it does beat him, Sane. Makes it 6 for the tournament. Somebody stop him from scoring. He can't stop scoring. He scores when he wants. That's 9 goals for Saudi Arabia in Group A and on their road to the semi-finals. And it's 6 goals for that man. Duckman. Oh, Msani, no chance. Msani, no chance. This guy is deadly. Ramsey Duckman. Little known Ramsey Duckman. Well, if you didn't know him, now you know him now. South Africa with a 2-goal deficit. Uta and Mkhize have to restart that again. And to the right of them is Sizwe Mkhize. And to the left is Kanyisani Hlela. And in fact, that is Tutugo Mbuto. Guta. Mudaya. Oh, good work there from Mudaya. Knew exactly where he was on the pitch and where his keeper was. Into the last 6 minutes. Duckman surely can't score a second hat-trick running. Al-Safa now with the young Omar Karamesh. Mudaya waiting for options. Goes the low road. Does find a pass. That's very good work though from Naif Yakal. Moroccans watch on with keen interest. They play up next against Tanzania. Oh, great work, skillful work. Naif Yakal, I think he was unlucky there. Should have got a foul. Here's Naif Yakal. Plays for Al-Tahami. Teammate to Captain Mubarak Al-Dasari. He's 17 years his senior. Oh.
Just a reminder, after this match, you still have a match going on.
An option to the left to find Mudaya. He's ignored. They go for Karamash.
Taking on Tanzania.
Takes a bit of a fall. Oh, they're so good at this. So good at this, the Saudis. Just getting these little fouls that frustrate you. Can tell by the facial expression of Kanyisani Hlele. He was conned into that, lured into it. Off his Omar Karamash. And for him is Ahmed Al-Hamami. He's still on as Ramsey Duckman. I don't think anyone can get him off. Such has been his goal scoring prowess. Duckman. Another few days we haven't seen him shout. He's a happy chappy. A vociferous man From the dugout is the Brazilian Gustavo Silva. The Saudis, you see those preparations that they had to come to the tournament, and they went out and played a couple of international friendlies out in Oman, their beach soccer championships there. They finished third in that championship. Al-Safa will handle that. They also played a friendly against Italy. And interestingly, the side in the top 25 teams in the world. You know, the Saudis, and they've come to show exactly that. Also, we're in camp at in the city of Jazan under the eye of another Brazilian, Koka Zulogovic, helping out his fellow Brazilian Gustavo Silva and Siraj. Missed a chance in the opening period, but lucky for him, his side were able to get 3 goals thereafter. 2 of them by Dakman, 1 by Aldisauri. Mudaya just pips in. Siraj looked unsure. Side netting from that fierce shot from Ahmed Al-Hamami. It's been all Saudi Arabia in both halves, both quarters. South Africa almost as if they never got off the bus. Well, I know they weren't on a bus, they walked here from the team hotel, but wow, you get it. Al-Safa holding off his man. That'll create a bit of space as well for Al-Hamami. Msani handles that though. Apart from that one shot that they had that broke through via Pepelelo Tsele, there's not been much really for those fans to sing home about. There's hopes of South Africa getting to the knockout stages dwindling here by the second and the minute. It's another shot over the crossbar by Walid Al-Yabi. They've managed this game so well. The tactics have been spot on, knowing when to push matches, when to defend, and which areas, most importantly, to press South Africa from.
Just under 2 minutes of the second period. Saudi Arabia 3, South Africa 1.
Picked up by Mudaya, takes a tumble, takes another tumble, and another. Oh, Mudaya. What would a beach soccer game be without Mudaya and his theatrics? Wasn't that bad, man. On the bench, Siyabonga Mkhize. Now, let us definitively say it's a yes or no. There was contact, but he ran past the man and it was his leg that made contact with the to roll 4 times thereafter. Oof. I think he has a future in WWE, and Msane there almost with a mistake. Taking his eye off the ball, that would have been a real killer blow for South Africa. It's the turn of Al-Safa. That's 43 seconds. Still no action in the Saudi Arabia goals anywhere near them. Mudaya. Enemy of the state 1. There's Mudaya. Beautiful turn. Can he get the shot away? Msani just gets his right foot to that. Then regathers it. Releases it quickly. Nice touch by Hlela. Ernest Mahlaba with the release. He's come on as well in the pitch. I think that was for Siyabonga Mkhize to be picked up by Mtutuko Mbuto. And that will be that for South Africa. They need 2 goals in the third quarter. Similar to what they had to do against the Seychelles. The mission is simple. 3 goals in the game. There was a chance there by that man Al-Dusari. Little pass as well in the mix by Salam Ashrari that got the second for the Saudis in fine form, and they were added again in terms of attacking outlet. Guess who's involved again? Ashrari, bottom of the net. Who else but Ramzi Dakman? But he was culpable as well, gave away this ball and this goal as well for Kele. One and only goal for South Africa thus far in this game. He did it all by himself. It's not been a team effort for the attackers and for coach Fani Shange. Mudaya, when he's not rolling around, he is a decent player. That went past everyone, including him, and lucky for him, and flush off the post, so in frame of the goals. Ahmed Al-Mami made a guest appearance off the bench and called him Sani into a save. Dakman always most often than not is not too far from the action. He got his second as there was a third for Coach Gustavo Silva. Now, how does that affect the sort of pool standings of this Group A? Malawi, 6 points. Look at their goal difference. It's on 3. Saudi Arabia, if you were to add this as a potential win for them, that is 6 points. And their goal difference will be quite level, in fact, with that of Malawi. So, as things stand, it's Malawi and Saudi Arabia decides to qualify from Group A. And South Africa turned it around and find 3 goals from somewhere. Let's find out together in the third and final period. As we restart the third and final quarter of this game, with South Africa in dire need of at least 3 goals to win it, 2 to level it and push it to extra time. We've only had extra time once, and that was in the opening game. Here's a chance. Missed by Spelelo Cele. He needed that to go in. Oh. What happens if the Saudis go on the other end and score? That will see perhaps heads dropping even further. The South African fans in disbelief there that their hero, with the keeper at his mercy, missed. Pick up where they left from. Through Mubarak Adesawari. Khalid Mudaya. Mudaya. Oh, Mudaya with the attempted curler, finding Lowell Kinsey in good position. Oh. You know what? We potentially could have top 25, or 2 of the top 25 sides in the world playing in this year's final with Morocco. They're in 18th position, while at the likes of Saudi Arabia, rated in around the 23rd, 24th position. So those rankings definitely keeping to form, true to form and pedigree. Ooh. Ramzi Dakman. He's been tournament fined. Oh, he's just sniffs out the key moments. It's the sign of top players. Can just grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And guess who's down again? Mudaya. Hey, someone needs to speak to Scorsese. If anybody wants an extra one of his movies, this guy could be it. Let's see how much contact Mudaya claims. Oof. The least said about that, the better. Look at that. You think Mike Tyson has just knocked him out. By the way, Mike, I'm about to fight Logan Paul soon in an exhibition match. I think Logan Paul is just gonna learn why he's called Iron Mike. But that's what I thought as well against Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua. Don't know much. Of course, it's gonna be a big money spinner. Logan Paul, still a young man. Mike, over 40 now. There's a real peak physical condition. There's Mike Tyson. I saw him in training. Wow, scary stuff. Nonetheless, back to the football. South Africa need to punch above their weight to get back. He's 57 years of age as Iron Mike. Moving like he's 27. Here the Saudis moving like a unit. Not gonna help. The bench is up. But the score is down. South Africa heading out of the competition as things stand. Needing 2 goals to Bafana. They need one now. Sooner rather than later. Taken by a goal scorer, Duckman. I don't think that was a pass more than anything. Don't think he really was going for a goal there. Back to Captain Kinsley. Quick release from Msane. Not strong enough from Mhlaba. Hacked away by Al-Hamami. Far away from goals. By the way, if you're wondering, Logan Paul is 28 years of age. Oof. Al-Safa. Just taking the time, the Saudis. Decompressing the situation, the pressure. Like a valve to a wheel. Just getting the air out and making sure South Africa are suffocated here. Touched Ramsey. And Duckman, though, just a toe away from punching that in the direction of Msani. Here's a chance for Kuta. Big save, Al-Safa. Oof, great save. Don't know how much you knew about that, but you got it done one way or the other. See, the vice president of KooraFlash-SA enjoyed that. And amongst the crowd that was seated there. Being Mr. Said Ali Said Atuman. That's that replay again. You see, he was moving to his left, anticipating the low shot to the left-hand side, but ended up being on his right shoulder. Whichever way, no maini posa, they say. Salim Al-Rashdi, as well as Khalid Mudaya. We call him enemy number 1 of the state, Khalid Mudaya. Pantomime villain of note. It's to see out the last 7 minutes of this game to ensure Saudi Arabia make it to their first ever semi-final of the KooraFlash Beach Soccer Championships at the first time of asking. From Madagascar will have words. Saeed Nasir Hachim. To be picked up by Lowell Kinsey. Yet to score in the competition. As a 36-year-old captain. No better time than now when the side need it. Pushed away. And keeper Al-Safa will take his time with this one. Into the last 6. By the way, Al-Safa has played all 3 quarters. No minutes yet for Patel. Arwali, not needed. South Africans have been misfiring. That will go out. Guta will not be able to keep that to the frustration. Oh, that gentleman is urging, willing South Africa on, but it's just not happening. Like me missing out on a free buffet. Not gonna happen. With Mubarak Al-Dusari. Oh, what does Msani and Co do here? Kingsley does well to hold off the interest of Salman Al-Rashdi. On the sidelines, Kanyisani Hlela to come on for the last, 6 minutes? Who does he replace? I think he may replace Osiabong Amkiza or perhaps even Kuta. Here's Mutaya. Going backwards rather than forwards. Going nowhere slowly. Guess that's quicksand for South Africa. A web that's been spun over them by Saudi Arabia. I think they struck me as well as a tired team, South Africa. In the game against Seychelles, they somehow found second wind, the third and fourth gear, to find 2 goals out of nowhere to end up eventual 3-2 winners. But today, looks like it's running on reserve. The collective powers, wide. Again, close but not close enough. Kanyisani Hlela with the latest shot. Cheated on by Fani Shange. Oh, mistake at the back, and what can Hlela do here? Wins it the first time. What the defender does well to win back. Mubarak Al-Dasrai. Cele come on for a third time, like his shirt suggests. Hlela beats one, beats a second, claims over foul. He does. It's in favor of South Africa. Needs to dust himself up and get this crucial goal for South Africa. Has not scored in the competition. In fact, has not looked like scoring at all as Kanyisani Hlela, but it is from such moments that a hero is made. Those fans really hoping against all hope. This may be the second for South African. 2 may turn to 3 and then push it to extra time. They will be thinking that, while the Saudis will be thinking, catch them on the counter, make 3 into 4. And then we are into the last 4. Here's Hlela. Kanyisani Hlela, wide. It's not gonna happen, is it, for South Africa? I just get the sneaky suspicion. Ramzi Duckman. Gives it and then runs into an offensive position, but the keeper, Al-Safa, can't find him. Here's Hlela again. Back for seconds. Flashes a ball across the box, but Siabong Amkiza was caught on his heels. Duckman looks around to assess the options. South Africa very much in a race against time now. Karamash. Anyway, will do for the 21-year-old. High foot claimed by South Africa's Cele. Low key, looks for the 1-2. Lowell, Kinsey. Ball will never arrive to him because it's left short. Msani hacks it away. Into the last 3 minutes. Oh, that is a foul. He was being pulled there. Ramzi Duckman with a moment. Oh, and a red card for the main man of Saudi Arabia, denying a goal scoring opportunity to Cele. He becomes only the second player after Abdullah of Tanzania to be sent off. Wow. High drama. I potentially could see him miss the next match. Oh, Gustavo Silva. Finally, you see the real Gustavo Silva wake up. If the last attempt from South Africa was a big one from Cele, this is monumental. Spelelo Cele from the penalty spot against Al-Safar to bring South Africa back from the brink. He misses. Oh, he misses. And with that, I think it's hello and goodbye for South Africa, unless they can somehow again in the last 2 minutes or so find 2 goals. They needed that to go into at least see it down to 1 and then try push it to extra time. Siyabonga Mkhize. And Cele going to atone for his earlier miss. Now with Siyabonga Mkhize. Breezes past his man Hlela. Can he get the cross away? There are 2 players in green, one of them being Lowell Kinsley. You see the South African captain thought about that pass. That's looping. That's a 50-50 pass there. Not giving the captain anything to work with. Ahmed Almami to come on. Into the last 2 minutes. Msani, first time pass. Can't find anybody. Days for desperation now for South Africa. Days for difficult. They made it extremely difficult for themselves. I think there were 2 clear-cut chances when they sit back and watch the tape of this match. 2 clear-cut chances they could have scored. I would have got them 3-3 at least. That's been the problem. The finishing has been off. Msani. Oh, that chance was gone wide there. Gustavo Silva, pedantic. Remember, by the way, when a player does see red, it takes 2 minutes before somebody can come on. Now, finally, Naif Yakal has come on to see Saudi Arabia with their full complement. South Africa couldn't take advantage of being a man up. I think Ramzi Duckman will potentially take man of the match down to the last 14 seconds. Oh, look at that. Celebrations already from Gustavo Silva and his men. And South Africa suffer defeat at the hands of tournament new boys. Saudi Arabia, they rewrite the history books and write a new chapter into their illustrious Middle Eastern history. They've conquered Southern Africa's finest in South Africa as down south. And for South Africa, heads dropped into the sand for the likes of Msani. He's an outstanding tournament. I think he can hold his head up high. The Brazilian has found some Joca Bonito magic out in Durban as he has led his side to a semi-final spot alongside Malawi out of Group A. As the man of the match, Mudaya, interestingly enough, he takes what I think that's his second one in the tournament. Mr. Mudaya. I think Ramzi Duckman, maybe his red card just took him out of the running. Man, wow, South Africa. So close yet so far, but Ramzi Duckman, it's been the Ramzi Duckman show and the tournament. His 2 goals enough to see the Saudis down South Africa at the South Beach. It's 3-1 at full time. Join us at 4 o'clock. It's Morocco taking on Tanzania. 1 more spot remaining in the semi-finals.
كيف كان شعوركم؟ كيف كان رجوعكم بالمباراتين هذه بما انكم خسرتوا المباراه الأولى؟
طبعا اول مباراه كان صعبه شويه، وكان بما ان ظروف السفر والتعب ما هذه اقول انها اعذار زي كذا، لكن الحمد لله احنا تعهدنا كلاعيبه انه مو بس نتاهل، ان المباراه الاولى خساره تودينا النهائي وتخلينا نحقق البطوله ان شاء الله.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
We are doing this for NBC in Saudi. They are taking it. So I just want to know first up, how important an experience is this to come down to Africa and play at this level in this competition?
كيف شعوركم وانتم جالسين تكتسبون خبره جديده انكم تلعبون في افريقيا مع المنتخبات الافريقيه، في بطوله افريقيه كونها منتخب اسيوي؟
تجربة جميلة تجربة جميلة نكسب منها خبرة بحكم ان اللعبة جديدة عندها في السعودية. نحاول نعطي اكثر شيء عندنا، نشارك بطولة بعد بطولة قاعد تحسن نتائجنا، وان شاء الله القادم اجمل ان شاء الله.
And how have you found the level of competition so far? Below your expectation or above your expectation?
كيف هو احساسك بالبطوله هذه؟ هل هو اعلى من مستوانا في البطولات الاسيويه او اقل من المستوى؟
لا طبعا يعني اللعب الافريقي مختلف عن اللعب الاسيوي، والستايل الافريقي ستايل مختلف جدا، مو نفس الكرة الاسيوية، لعب مختلف.
And finally, obviously disappointed with his red card, and I would imagine he hopes that he can play in the semi-final. What are the team's expectations going forward into the semi-final and maybe into the final?
بعد طرد لاعب في المجموعه خصوصا بتكون المباراه الجايه نصف نهائي، كيف تاثيره على الفريق؟
لا الحمد لله ما راح ياثر علينا اي شيء، فريقنا كل واحد عندنا عناصر، كل واحد يكمل الثاني، ما عندنا اي نقص، كل مباراه في رجال عندنا في الملعب باذن الله معوضين احنا.
And finally, I want to ask, how difficult is it to be competitive in a sport that's very physical during Ramadan? I would imagine it's very difficult.
بما ان اللعبه صعبه شوي تلعب على الرمل، خصوصا انه في شهر رمضان الكريم، كيف تكون الشخص يعني يحاول انه يلعب اللعبه هذه وهي صعبه خصوصا وهو صايم يعني؟
والله شوف، احنا اول ما جينا كنا حاسبين حساب الصيام، بس مجريات المباراه تختلف، لازم مجبورين ان نفطر عشان ندي اداء كويس في الملعب، اما لعبنا وصايمين احنا راح نطيح من اول شوط. الحمد لله فطرنا وان شاء الله بنعوض بعد رمضان باذن الله.
شكرا، رمضان مبارك.
رمضان مبارك. شكرا.
Thanks for that.